G'day, it's Austin. Over the past few years, I've made over $13.5 million with ecom. This is one store. Here's another. I'll hit refresh on both so you believe me. And while we're waiting for that, get this trophy. Generated over 100,000 orders with Shopify. And in this video, I'm just gonna break down my story, how I did it, because I essentially locked myself in a room until I made my first million with ecom. And then I started traveling and started making more. So I wanna walk you through the journey, show you how you can go about doing it yourself, and hopefully learn from some of my mistakes as I point them out so you don't have to make them too. So that's me. There I am, 13 mil with ecom, millions in profit, traveling full time, 6 figures in profit per month. And I'm extremely grateful to be living this life. This is me at the top of a mountain in Hakuba, Japan earlier this year for my best mate's 30th birthday. And had the headphones in, I was jamming out. It's one of those moments where you're like, this is life, this is life. But it wasn't always like this. That's actually me working at Foot Locker when I was I 15 there in that photo? Look at me, what a child, working at Foot Locker. And rewind to 2019, I was fresh out of high school. I dreamed of making it on my own. I wanted to do my own thing. I saved up and I bought a camera. I got this camera here. And I basically started making videos for local businesses. And I made 100K profit in my first year of business. I thought I was a bowler, 100K back then. Didn't have 100K sitting in my account. Expenses, I spent it on things, probably shouldn't have. But yeah, it went really well, I think. And I had an interview with Iman here, still up on YouTube. And this was like a very full circle moment because I learned from him, ended up making 100K in that first year. I was like, this is kind of cool. This is kind of cool. But, there's always a but in the story, isn't there? COVID hit, everything stopped overnight, clients stopped working with me. I had to change everything fast because I was making videos in person. As soon as everything shut, I couldn't make videos anymore. So a friend told me about making videos for ecom. Don't worry, this will all come back and it will make sense in the end. This is just very important backstory so you can understand the journey, the weaving that was required to get to where I am today. A friend told me about making videos for ecom brands. So I started pitching those brands with zero experience and somehow I landed my first few clients. They said yes, and I was able to pitch them on making video ads for their Facebook and Instagram campaigns. There's me, happy days, thumbs up, love to see it. Screenshots from Stripe, awesome stuff. So I spent the next 2 years building an agency. I worked with over 100 ecom brands, did 460K in rev. There's the Stripe screenshot. And there's our old website as well, making UGC. That was our product storage. It wasn't even a warehouse. It wasn't even a locker. It was like a room, an empty room in a co-working space. And I said, hey, could I hire this out and put our stock in here for our clients? And they're like, okay. So we did that. But another but, look at this, so many buts, was chained to my laptop, constantly checking emails, early AM, late PM Zoom calls. I was building an agency. I was mainly working with brands overseas. Being in Australia, time zone doesn't really work that well with American clients. And European ones as well is a little bit better. But I was on the laptop all the time. And I'd created an online income, but I didn't have the freedom that I dreamed of. So I really did the only thing that I knew how to do at that time, which was just keep working, more hours on the laptop. And I reached a pretty low point at this point in time. You know, there was this story of me running. There was this one time where I used to pride myself on being able to go for a run at any time. I just run forever because of all the sport I was playing and I was skinny. But then I got to this point and I decided to go for a run and I was gassed after like 5 minutes. I was just like, this is a bit of a shock that I'm not obviously where I used to be. And I know you look yourself in the mirror, but you don't really realize. But at that point, I was like, okay, this is not good. And at the same time, a bunch of clients stopped working with me. I was struggling to pay back a loan from an ex-business mentor. I was working 10 to 12 hours a day. I was overweight, just eating fast food. You should not see my Uber Eats from back then. And no exercise. I was just working all the time. And I was really just frustrated every day and thinking, how are people on Instagram? Because of course you doom scroll on Instagram, you see hyper successful young people and you're like, how are they making so much? I don't get it. It felt like the work I was putting in was not getting me the results that I wanted. And it didn't look like it, but I was really burned out at that stage. I was just pushing and not getting the results that I wanted or felt like I deserved at that point. And on top of that, I had the bright idea, amazing idea, to move to Bali with my ex. And so here's me leaving Australia with an unstable business, the worst health of my life, and doubts if I could actually do this or not. I was like, can I actually do this? Can I make this work? So here I am in Bali thinking, I can't keep doing this agency thing. I need something more hands-off. I have to make ecom work. And instead of servicing brands and being essentially like an extended employee for them, making content for them, I need to build a brand. I need to own the thing. And that's how I'm going to do it. And so I tried a bunch of stores. I tried some general ones, some one product stores. I spent all of the agency profits that I had on ads to keep testing new products, and nothing really hit. But, another but. After 13 products, I found my first winner. This is when everything changed. And it was almost at this point here where I'm like, I'm gonna lock myself away until I make this work. Like, I have had enough time here to figure this out. I just need to like crack this. I need to get this ecom thing going. And I finally started getting those consistent results. I hit my first 1K day, then 2K, 8K, 14K, and it just really didn't slow down, which was kind of cool. Stuck with it, monthly numbers kept going up, 52, 95K, 121, 388, 552, 914, and it just kept going. And then I made 126K in one day that Black Friday. That year I went all in. And look at this, stereotypical Dubai ecom guy. Look at me, in front of the JBR on the jet ski with the glasses on. What a guy, what a guy. Can't believe I took that photo. But it's funny for the memories. And so I finished that month that I did 126K on Black Friday, just shy of 1.2 mil in rev. And I did it. I locked myself away. And I hit that million mark. That was $1 million in a month. I hit it well before that, but I locked myself away and said, I'm gonna make this work. And I ended up finishing my first full year in ecom with 4.2 million rev, 900K profit. And that's when my life really changed forever. I was like, you know what? You can leave the desk now. You can go and start exploring. And so I didn't have to worry about money anymore. I could start traveling. There's me enjoying Santorini. And that's a genuine smile. I love Santorini. That was amazing, that place. Went back a few times. I was able to lie down on planes, something I'd always dreamed of. And no, I didn't want to be the person taking a selfie in a plane, but who actually cares? It's a fun memory to look at. Stay in beautiful villas with amazing people, be able to travel and just be in nice places. Like here in Cape Town, it was a really beautiful place, short walk down to the beach. It was just a really awesome spot. Cape Town's an awesome city. Fly my mum across the world in first class to see me. I racked up a lot of Amex points with my ecom spend. And there was one day I was like to mum, come on, you're coming over, you're coming to see me for my birthday. I was in Nice at the time in France, and we're planning where I was going to be for my birthday. And I just like spent so many Amex points, converted them to Emirates points, and then booked the flights, and they were a lot of points. But I brought her across the world, and that's what ecom gave me the flexibility to do. And have the freedom to be anywhere at any time while making money from my laptop. And when I met Will and Josh, they're now my two best mates. We're all Aussies, bunch of Aussie guys. We'd been on similar journeys. We went from local biz to selling something online to then traveling full time because of it and the freedom that it gave us. So we started Freedom Club. And this is actually the first live call that I ever did. Look at me, blue cap on backwards because I had a buzz cut and I was letting my hair grow out. This was the year of recovering my long hair after I went crazy and decided to buzz it off. And so we basically coached in our spare time. We taught the customer first brand method and formula, which is a bit different from traditional ecom. And we just kept traveling because I was like, this is great. I love traveling. This is so cool. And built the best done with you consulting program for ecom, if I do say so myself. I filmed training vids, can I even spell? Training vids in 10 cities in 30 days, called it the Freedom Formula. Basically put a full filming kit in a suitcase, traveled around, filmed the lessons in all of these awesome places really that you'd want to travel to, just to show that you could do this from anywhere and show the freedom that ecom had given me. And clients started getting results too. Some pretty nuts results. Ben, 11K profit, 2 weeks. Elisa, 6.3 in 7 days. This isn't revenue, this is profit, by the way. Jamie, 120,000 pounds profit in 5 months. He's well above that now. He's doing crazy numbers. But they were getting great results, and some making 5K to 50K a month or more, quitting jobs, traveling, or spending more time with their family. They were just doing what they wanted, and that was great. And we were changing lives, helping beginners make more money with ecom. Look at my little drawing here. And these are some of the events that we hosted for our students. You can spot me, like where's Waldo in the 3 of these, and then everyone else there, some Freedom Club team members and a bunch of our amazing students. And Trustpilot started overflowing. This is an old screenshot, should have updated this, but we're over 1,000 reviews now on Trustpilot. And members have made collectively over 38.7 mil. And only been doing this for 2 years, which is the crazy part about it, teaching people for 2 years. And this number here is more than what I've ever made with ecom. So it's kind of cool that everything that I've taught them has allowed them to create more than what I've ever done. And I didn't stop ecom either. A lot of people thought, oh yeah, you're just going to start teaching, you're going to stop doing the thing because it stopped working for you because you're a course guru. No. I made 5.2 mil with ecom in the year I started Freedom Club. So I didn't stop. And until now, all of our coaching costs money. because the one-on-ones, the live calls, the big team, it costs a lot to run. We had expenses, and we didn't gear it as like an info product business where you just sell a course. It was really a coaching business. And this is some of the team on Zoom here on our all hands meeting earlier this year. And so what I did is I spent months, look at me, working in Bali, classic nomad lifestyle, spent months creating a free course. And my goal was for anybody, a beginner, to use this thing, this recipe, this guide, this course, and make the cash. That was the goal. Keep it simple, keep it easy. So I did, and I call it the 30-day first sale challenge. Look at that little graphic there, and there's me filming some stuff. And it's helped hundreds of people get their first cha-ching, the beautiful noise that Shopify makes when you get your first sale. And look, I spent a lot of money on courses and coaching, over 100K over the years. I went back and thought of every course and coaching program or mentorship I'd paid for, and in total, it's well over 100K. And I think I'd be a lot further ahead if I had access to this kind of info in the free course back when I was starting. So maybe I wouldn't have to pay all the other coaches as much money to figure these things out. And it's not a piece of rubbish freebie. Like, I made this free course, I poured everything into it, and it's not just, oh, he's giving away something for free. It's garbage, and you've got to pay to get the good stuff. No, it's step by step. It's got templates for everything, and it's completely free. And I strongly believe that if I had this 4 years ago, I could have used all that money that I spent on courses and used that to test products and find a winner more quickly. So then I could experience all the beautiful benefits of e-com and not have to go through the trials and tribulations that I did. I learned a lot from other business models, don't get me wrong. Like, I've got a very soft spot in my heart for agency, for being a freelancer, like some of these other business models, because they taught me so much. But e-com gave me the lifestyle that I wanted. It gave me the 3 freedoms without having to be glued to my laptop every day: financial, time, location. I didn't just want to be a bowler, but be chained to my laptop. I didn't just want to able to be a nomad, but not be able to rake it in and provide for the people around me. Like, I wanted all 3 freedoms. And so the reason I created this 30-day first sale challenge, I wanted to pay it forward because I knew if I had this when I started, I would be in a completely different situation now. And basically just giving you the start that I wish I had, giving you an easy recipe to follow. A lot of stuff, especially the free stuff online, is purposefully complicated by the people giving it away because they want you to pay for the more premium stuff. I didn't want that. I just want to give you access to this for free. Why is it free? Well, if you get your first sale, you keep going. You believe in yourself. You'll see how e-com can give you all the freedom that you've dreamed of. That's the altruistic version of it. But also, if you sign up, you'll need different tools along the way. And I've got affiliate codes for those. So if I can pour everything into an amazing free program that can give you everything that you need, and then in return, you just use my links when you're going to use the tools that you use anyway, it's a win-win. So e-com has changed my life. It's given me complete freedom, and I hope it can for you too. Godspeed. So that is my journey over the past few years. That's how I've been able to make all this money with e-com. That's where I started. That's what I went through to figure out what I know now. And that's why I'm giving it all away for free. So then you can see how to do it on your own. So if you want to get access to the full free course, just click the link below this video. It's in the description. It's worth checking out. It'll guide you through absolutely everything. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in there.